Hey girl, this is Ivy Leon, the trans girl next door. Everything I say in this video comes from my own personal experience and my own journey as a trans woman, as an individual. My experience may or may not align with other trans experiences. Every trans person is unique. We don't all share the same worldview, and we don't all experience being trans the same way. With that said, let's begin. Since I started making videos on YouTube, I have found myself becoming very introspective about my life, my experiences, and everything I have lived through the years. Being trans has taught me so much about life, in ways that I will probably never be able to fully explain, but I can try. I could list many things that I don't like about being trans, just as many things I deeply love about it. But today I want to focus on one specific aspect, one ability my life trans experience gave me: the ability to reframe and rebuild. I'll give you some context. Sometimes, for trans people that are living in the closet, it's not easy to find the answer to our constant inner discomfort, and eventually realizing that what's happening to us is that we are trans. Some people are lucky enough to express this so clearly in early childhood. Others know it, but never able to express it out loud. People like me are the ones where the answer was always right in front of our faces, but we couldn't see it. As I shared on my video of how I realized I was trans, it wasn't until I really saw my own life story reflected in a TV series that everything finally clicked. That's when I understood what had been happening my entire life. For those of us who figured it out in early adulthood, it can feel like a slap in the face. The first months are often filled with paralysis, denial, anger, fear, anxiety, an emotional roller coaster. Why this is happening to me? Now everything makes sense. Am I going to end up alone if I do this? Where do I even begin? These questions circles endlessly in your mind, usually imagining the worst possible outcomes. In my case, I kept moving forward, full of fear, but I kept going. There was no alternative for me. You can see my physical gender transition in the video, my entire gender transition. But this video isn't about physical changes. This is about the mental transition. And by mental transition, I don't mean stop having a man's mind and start having a woman's mind. I want to be very clear about that. Mental transition is when you adjust your mind. It's like the process. It's like revisiting every part of your own story and finally understanding why I felt that way in that moment and why so many situations felt that way. Do you know what I mean? Even when the truth was still right in front of us, we still have to return to those moments filled with confusion mostly. Incomplete moments in our lives. So while the physical changes were happening, while my family barely spoke to me, I was also reliving my entire life. And piece by piece, the missing parts of the puzzle slowly started to fall into place. Most of those memories are painful, filled with sadness and confusion. And my final thought was always the same. Why didn't I realize sooner? Why did I lose so many years of my life being someone I wasn't? And this is where reframing and rebuilding come in. With time, and sometimes with a lot of time, when you look back with love instead of pain or anger, you can finally place a cold cloth over your past. You make peace with who you were, because thanks to who you were and the paths you walked, you are who you are today. You rebuild your self-image. You begin to see yourself as strong, because you are. You have survived incredibly painful things, and you finally find the beauty in your nature, and you reclaim it as a flag of resistance and pride. And you also understand that not everyone will like you, but you also understand that you will not come back to the closet just to make other people feel comfortable. You reclaim your body as your own, knowing that you are harming no one, and whoever feels uncomfortable can look away. They can deal with their discomfort however they like. as long as they never again try to force a disguise onto me as a condition for safety. As the actress who plays Elektra in Pose once said, we don't ask them to accept us. We take that power away from them. They will accept us, whether they like it or not. I believe every one of us has a unique story, with unique obstacles, and of course, unique contexts. For those of you who are still struggling, trying to figure out your path, or trying to transition in peace in a world where that feels impossible, please stay strong. I promise you, things will get better. I can't tell you how, but just trust me on this. Things will get better. Believe that. Better days are coming. If you made it this far, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Like I always tell you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a beautiful weekend. And this was Ivy Leon. I'll see you next video.